My dear student, I welcome you to my online class. This class has been dedicated for the first year HSC students admitted newly at Ishwardi Government College. I am Ashim Kumar Pal, lecturer, Department of English, Ishwardi Government College, Pabna. My dear student, amidst this pandemic situation, the face-to-face class has been suspended. So, we have no other options but to seek the blessing of technology. Therefore, we have arranged the online classes for you. Now, I would like to introduce to you the syllabus and curriculum of English first paper to you. So let us start. So this is the cover page of your English for Today book, the book dedicated for English first paper. And this book has been recommended by the National Curriculum and Textbook Board. So that is the last page or last cover page of the book. Okay. So if we look at the table of content, we can see there are 15 units. There are 15 units in this book. So you have to go through these 15 units during your academic year. I, accompanied by other teachers of English department, will take classes for these units. So if you just look at, that is the unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, there are several themes and several topics that will be covered during the academic session. So before just starting the content or the topic of your syllabus, just look at the marks distribution for your examination. If you look at that, there are two segments of the first paper, that is the reading section and the writing section. The reading section has been devoted for 60 marks, and if we look at the marks distribution, we see that is there are 5 marks for MCQ, that is multiple choice questions. These questions will be taken from the passages given on the exam question paper, and of course all the questions will be taken from the passages of your textbook. So you need not to worry about the from where the passages will come. You need not to think about. Just go through the passages of your textbook and you will understand and will correctly answer the questions. And then comes the comprehension question. Comprehension questions comprised of 5 questions. Each will get 2 marks, and then those questions are open-ended questions relating to analysis, synthesis, evaluation. And later comes the information transfer or flowchart. It will also be covered from another passage given in your examination, and then there will be another passage. That means in your reading text, the reading section in the examination paper, there will be 3 passages, and the last passage will seek from you to summarize the total passage, and that summarization will take 10 marks. However, there will be another 2 types of question, that is cloze test with clues and cloze test without clues. That means there will be 10 questions for the cloze test with clues. That means there will be clues to fill in the blanks. And the second one, the cloze test without clues. That means there will be 10 questions, each will take 1 marks, but there will be no clue. That means you have to just fill in the blanks with your own stock of vocabulary. So while you are just studying the English textbook, don't forget to enrich your vocabulary. The more you have vocabulary, the more will be the chance for getting higher marks. So if we just see the question format, that is the example of MCQ question, that means in your real examination what type of question you will get, that will be just given here, that has been given here. So if we just look at, that is the A means these questions, these multiple choice questions will be taken from a given passages, and those, of course, the passages will be taken from your textbook. That means the dedicated textbook prescribed by the National Curriculum Text Board, that is NCTB. So there will be 5 questions, and there will be many types of questions. That is, some will seek you from to understand the meaning of the questions, that is the phrase, the meaning of the phrase, or sometimes it will seek the what kind of it is, that is what is the grammatical point of view, or sometimes it will seek the synonym or antonym, etc. And of course there will be some question related to the information given in the passages. So while you are preparing for your MCQ for the passage 1, just to enrich your vocabulary, enrich your grammatical understanding. Unless and until you just enrich your vocabulary and grammatical stock, you cannot get good marks. So let's enrich your vocabulary. So there will be 5 questions, and each will take 1 mark. Next comes the comprehension questions. Do remember this question, that is MCQ and comprehension questions, will be taken from the passage 1 in the examination. So you have to answer 5 questions taken from the passage 1, and each question will carry 2 marks. And you must keep in mind, since it is a 2 marks question, you need not to copy the answer from the text. You just paraphrase, or you just utilize your own knowledge to answer the question. But keep remember, you need not to just broaden your answer. You just keep it most probably 2 or 3 sentences, or maximum 4 sentences for each questions, not more than that. Okay, so that will be the example of comprehension question, and this question, that is MCQ and comprehension questions, will be taken from the passage 1. Next comes the flow chart. Flow chart means there will be example passages that will be also taken from your textbook, and from the text, that means from the comprehension, you will be given an example of answer, and you must understand the question, what the question requires. That means if you just read the question, that is read the following text and make a flowchart showing the painful experiences a street child has to suffer to survive. So this, and if you just look at the flowchart, you will understand that is the homeless. That means a street child remains homeless. So what will be the next painful experiences that a street child has to suffer to survive? You have to fill in the blanks sequentially. Okay, So for each question for the each answer you will get 2 marks. Okay. Next there will be another passage, and you of course this passage also from textbook, and you have to just go through the text and just summarize the text. You need not to just write all the thing, all the example given in the passage. You just summarize the total text, and you need not to just worry about, yes, the question will be 10 marks, so I have to write more. No, you need not to do that. What you need to do is to summarize the main idea, what the passage would like to say. You have to just summarize, that's all. You need not to worry about the length of your writing, that is, yes, it is 10 marks question, so the length will be big. No, you need not to do that. You just summarize the text. Okay, so this is how 3 passages contribute to the mark distribution in real life examination. So, and another type of questions comes, that is I have already mentioned, that is the fill in the blanks or cloze test with clues. That means there will be 10 clues or 12 clues, and you have to use these clues to fill in the blank. That means there will be a passage with some blanks, and you have to fill in the blanks with these clues. And for each question, correct answer, you will be awarded half marks. That means there will be 10 questions and you will get total 5 marks. Okay. Then comes the cloze test without clues. That means these questions there will be no clues. You will just get the questions, the blanks, and you have to understand what the sentence requires, what kind of words are missing here. You have to just put the correct words in the blanks, then you will just marks. So for getting the highest mark in this question, what you have to do, you have to just increase your vocabulary, increase your grammatical knowledge. Unless and until you increase your vocabulary as well as grammatical rules, you cannot actually do excel in this section. So try to focus on this section. Okay, and there will be another question types in the under the reading text, question patterns, that is rearrange the sentences, rearranging the sentences. Of course, in many times I have found that is the topics or the these segregated sentences are taken from various sources. So you have to just jumble these sentences just sequentially. That means you have to look at the questions, look at the sentences, then you will understand that is how you can just develop these sentences and just make it kind of a story. So upon your successful completion of compiling these sentences in a sequential manner, if you can do it, you get 10 marks. That means you get the full marks in the rearranging sentences. Okay, this is how the 60 marks distribution that will be covered from the reading part. So next comes the writing part, that is 40 marks. There will be paragraphs, there will be a completing story, there will be writing informal letters or emails, and analyzing maps, graphs, charts, and of course there will be an appreciating short story or poems. So if we just look at the sample question, that is there will be a paragraph, but you have to keep it remember that there will be few questions, and you have to develop the idea of your paragraph on these questions. You need not to think much, or you need not to just keep them away from developing your paragraph. you just keep this question in your mind, and while you are writing your paragraph, you will understand what you have to do. Okay. So next comes the completing story. That means there will be a beginning of a story, and you have to use your creativity to complete the story. There will be few sentences, and you have to just complete the rest of the story. And here you will get 7 marks distribution. And in the next comes that is an informal letter or informal mails or formal mails. It can be formal mails also, that is you will get. So you have to just enlist yourself how to write an email or how to write a formal letter in the examination, and here you will get 5 marks for this section. And next comes the chart. That means here you will get different kind of chart, pie chart, bar chart, column chart, or maps. Here you will get different kinds of thing, and you have to analyze this chart or these maps, and you have to just write at least 80 words. Unless or your writing is below 80 words, you will not get the marks properly. So just while you are writing, keep focusing on how to write or how to analyze this chart with more than 80 words. Okay. And the final one, that is the write down the theme of a following poem. Of course, do not worry about this section, that is whether the question will be taken from outside of your text. No, you need not to worry about. The question will be taken from your textbook, and you will get at least and you have to just write the theme of the poem, and like the summary, you have to just understand the theme of the poem. You need not to analyze or you need not to describe the poem on your own mind. Just what the poet would like to say through this poem. What is the key idea? What is the message of the poem? You have to just focus through this poem. If you just do it, you get the good marks in this section. So this is how your total marks distribution will be covered up in your examination. So I wish you that is you will get your proper concentration on your study, and since this due to the pandemic situation, that is the COVID-19, you have to remain in your house. So don't waste your time, keep starting your study, and I will of course take classes for you in online of course every week. Okay, so till then I wish you a safe and sound health, and thanking you for staying with me. So keep fine and stay blessed.